Hi, welcome to All Scale Slot Cars. I'm Dennis. This video today is going to be pretty unpleasant, but it's something I really feel that I need to show what's happening in the slot car community. It's not something that I'm going to enjoy doing, but I want to create the awareness out there, at least for whoever's not aware of what could potentially be happening. Usually you see unboxing videos and they're joyous occasions. You know, people can't wait to show what they got in the mail. And I love watching those. Those are like some of my favorite videos to watch. I can live vicariously through the whoever's recording and watching them as they take their product out of the box and really enjoying it and their reactions to it. And I love that. I think that's a great aspect, especially for slot cars. It's a great aspect in the hobby to see that. For my own channel, I never really did that. I think I did one or two unboxing, so to speak, videos, which weren't true unboxings. I think I actually opened the box and then, I made sure all the wrapping was out of the way before I took it out of the box. So it didn't really count. But I know one of them that I did was because I had an important message. It was an unboxing of a car that I bought my grandchild for his first true slot car of his own. And I wanted to record that to just show what you should do for the children in your life or new racers in your life to really get them into it, buy them their own slot car. So that's why I did that. But other than that, I don't do unboxing videos for my own sake because I just feel it's funny because I watch others and I love it, but I feel like nobody would want to watch me do it. I can't explain it. I'd have to, when I open a box, I fumble and try not to cut myself, and I'm afraid I'm going to slice my fingers off, and then there's all this unpackaging to really try to figure out and cut through and try not to damage the car when you're taking it out. And there's just so much involved that it's just not for me. And I feel nobody wants to see me struggle trying to open a box and get a car out for 8 minutes. But I know people enjoy that because I do. So it's just a strange thing. That's just me. But okay, getting back to the point here. This package arrived yesterday, and let me start from the very beginning, so I can tell you the story, so you know what's out there, what to watch for, what to expect. About a week ago, I was browsing through Facebook Marketplace, and I happened to see a slot car that has always kind of been on my mind to maybe pick up. It looked pretty cool, looked pretty interesting. But it wasn't one of those ones that was like at the top of my list, like I have to have it. It wasn't that. And it was a special edition, and it went for kind of a higher price than a normal slot car. So I always kind of just stayed away from it. I kept it in the background. But if, as with anything, if I see something at a really nice price, I'll investigate and jump on it because it's something that I wanted and it's at a nice, fair price or a good price. And that was the case with this. It was at a really nice price. It was within reason, not something, how they say if something's too good to be true, then it probably is. Well, it was kind of borderline too good to be true, but still fell within the margin of saying this could be legitimate. It was like half the price of what you would find it for normally. And this particular model is getting hard to find. And it wasn't imperative that I had it, but it was a very decent price. And I investigated the seller, and I saw they had on Facebook Marketplace, they listed about 12 items, all kind of household items, and this was the only slot car. And sometimes it happens that people have a slot car in their listings. Maybe they picked it up at a flea market, and they said it was new. It showed pictures. It's new in the package. Sometimes people find or pick up these items and they don't want them. Maybe it's in this case it was a woman, and I figured, well, maybe it's her husband's or ex-husband's or whatever. She came in into having this and just wants to get rid of it. She maybe just did some basic research on slot cars and just came up with the price, and she'll be happy to sell it at that price. So, if those things happen, and that's legit in a lot of cases. So I saw she had listened. She had like 12 for sale, 12 different items for sale. This was the only slot car, but she had sold three. So she was actively selling, and it didn't seem like there were any complaints or anything. She had no reviews. Nobody left reviews, and it showed her Facebook account, which was like had been active for 10 years, and I was able to actually. I usually do my homework on this stuff, and I checked through her Facebook account, and you could see she had 400 friends, and her friends were actually shown. I could browse through her friend list and see who her friends, and everything kind of looked legit. And she was from the southern United States, not anywhere near me, but still in the southern portion of the United States. And so I went ahead and I purchased it. I said, Facebook Marketplace makes it they have a nice policy with your back. Do they have you covered? This is covered under purchase protection. I used a credit card that I know has my back all the time. They've proven time and again that they have my back when something arises. So I'm confident with my credit card. I'm confident with Facebook Marketplace when they say they're going to back up their purchase. So I went ahead and I purchased it, and I said, okay. Now, I purchased it, and within a few, I think the next day, the seller actually had messaged me, not personally. I think it was through Facebook Marketplace that it said the seller has provided you a tracking number. And I said, oh, great, fine, So I didn't actually talk with the seller, but it was just that message that came in. So now I have a tracking number. So I plugged the tracking number into AfterShip, and which is a great app, by the way. If you want to track all your packages, use AfterShip. It's free, and you could see everything at every stage, from when someone requests the shipper to pick up their package when they're selling it, to all the way along the line to when it's getting out for a delivery at your house, and when it's delivered, it'll send you the notification. It's fantastic. So this isn't about that right now. I could do another video later about that, but this is about what happened after that. So now I got my tracking number, and so I'm satisfied. I figured, okay, this is legit. I got a tracking number, and it'll show up, and that'll be fine. So a couple of days go by, and I looked at the tracking number, and it struck me as odd that I noticed that this package was shipped from the west coast of the United States. And now this seller is in the southern United States. And so that raised a red flag with me. So now, like, I'm on alert, but still at that point, sometimes, I don't know how shipping works on Facebook Marketplace. People could be in a community to where they have, maybe it's a relative that's doing the shipping for them. The relative has the inventory at their place, and they're selling for them. They're listing their products. So that still, it put a little alert, but I didn't really, not enough to say, hey, what's going on here? Notify Facebook, whatever. I just was put on a mild alert, like, okay, why is this coming from a different region than the seller is, where the seller is? So, that's just, it was a minor alert, let it go. A couple days later, I see the package out for delivery. A package is out for delivery, right? I didn't keep track that morning. This was yesterday morning. I didn't keep track of what the package was. Usually I do look on AfterShip and just, pay attention. But then yesterday morning I was busy and I didn't get to it. But so the mailman came and dropped off a package at the front door. And I said, okay, that's nice, got a package. And so I went outside, brought the mail in, and put the package down. And I noticed it's got my name on it. And not my name, I should say, I'm sorry. It's from a slot car dealer that I have dealt with and have done. They're beautiful. They're in the Western United States, and they're a fantastic store. And I've purchased with them multiple times. Always a great experience. Never a worry. Never a problem with them. But I noticed this package was from them, and I thought that was odd. I said, I didn't purchase anything from them in a couple of months, and there's no outstanding shipment coming to me from them. And I said, that's really odd. And the first thing that went through my mind was that sometimes, a store, a business isn't perfect. You have employees and they're human and they make mistakes, and they may have just somehow confused my address with another person's name, another buyer's name, and put the two together and sent the package off to me. And so, I thought, that could happen. I had a mistake done in the past where I ordered a Carrera digital chip, and the chip number is 26732. And so a few days later, this is a different slot car company in the United States, very reputable also, never had an issue with them. But a few days later, I got in the mail a box, and in that box, amongst other things I had ordered, I got a slot car that I didn't order. And I said, what's this? And where's my digital chip, the 26732? So I inspected the car, and I realized the number of the car was 27632. So a very easy mistake to make, although it's a small digital chip or a car, someone really wasn't paying attention, but it happens. People are human. So I notified the company, and they were fine about it. They said, okay, we'll send you out your chip in a box. When you get the box, we'll send you the prepaid, shipping label, and just drop your car in, send it back. And they did that, and all was fine. I got my digital chip, all is great. That's the only other problem I really ever had with all the orders through slot cars and slot car companies. They're all wonderful. So I want to have this video to alert people, but not to discourage people at all, because overwhelmingly the slot car business is fantastic. Everyone is just wonderful. They always deliver the product on time, what they say they're going to deliver, without any it's just a fantastic experience. And I've purchased through virtually every store, I would think, in the United States. Everyone who's got an online store in the United States, I've purchased from, and I've had a great experience. Even some stores you might not even be aware of. Did you know there's Hiawatha Hobbies? Well, they sell slot cars. Model Roundup, I've purchased slot cars from them, and they're wonderful, and they have cars you can't find anywhere else. And places like that. And I've purchased from at least 2 or 3 companies in Canada, about 3 in Great Britain, 3 in Germany. I would have purchased from France, but they don't ship to the United States. I've purchased from Australia, and amazingly, it got to the United States very quickly. I've purchased from a company in China, and they were fantastic. They always deliver their product. It takes maybe a month, 3 weeks to a month, but they always deliver what they say. Fantastic product. In fact, I had a conversation with a friend who's big into Legos, and he was looking for a Lego Shelby kit, and he said he can't find it anywhere. So I researched, and I found it for him on this website in China. And I told him about it. He said, well, I saw it there, but I was reluctant. I didn't want to, give my credit card to some company in China. And he just was really reluctant to do that. And I said, look, I said, I've ordered from them multiple times, and I know others in the Slacker community have ordered through them, and they're fine. There's never been an issue that I'm aware of, and they've always dealt with everything firsthand. They have excellent customer service. They're very responsive to your questions, and so I told him, go ahead and order it, you know? And I said, without saying so far as I'll back you up if you lose your money, I said, you could be confident, and that's how I feel about most companies that I've dealt with, but virtually every company that I've dealt with. So this is not about any slot car companies or businesses or any retailers or anything like that. They're all wonderful. And okay, so getting back to the story, and I have a way of heading off in different directions, so forgive me. So I get the package in the mail, I bring it in, and I see it's from this company that I haven't ordered with. Now, so the first thing is I think it's a mistake. They screwed up my name, my address, whatever, with somebody else's. So I gave them a call. And I explained what happened. I got this package. I didn't order anything. I'm not opening it. And so, what can I do with it? There must be a mistake. I was assuming that they would call me back or contact me in some way and say, oh, we made a mistake. I would be perfectly willing if they would send me, if they would email a shipping label for their customer, and I would just tack that on to the box, and I would be willing to go down to the UPS or USPS or wherever and ship it off to the actual recipient who should have had it. And I was willing to do all that. I was expecting maybe they would say something like that, or maybe just return it or whatever. So I didn't hear from them, which to their credit, they said, they're very busy. It's a busy store, and they said there was a recorded message that I left, and they said they'd be, probably busy playing with their slot cars on their slot car track, which is very understandable. So, but I know they're a busy company. They have customers, and so I gave them some time, and but as I was waiting for their response, I went ahead and I said, wait a second, I got the tracking number from that package that I ordered from Facebook Marketplace. And I just happened to look on Aftership and said, I wonder what's going on with that. And so I see that the tracking number that the seller on Facebook Marketplace gave me was the tracking number on this box that came in. And I said, uh-oh, now there's a problem. This is what I purchased from a seller in the South, and it's coming from the West, and this is the item I purchased, and it's from that store. And I said, okay. I wasn't sure if I should open the package or wait for the response, but I said, you know what, I'm going to open the package because this could be legitimate, and instead of going through all the hassle of doing everything, I'm going to open it. And I'm going to check it. If this is the car, all is wonderful. Maybe they somehow they didn't have the product and ordered it from the store and sent it to me directly from the store. Maybe they have a friend who works in the store who was able to do that. And I have no idea. So I said, let me open it. This could be the product. All will be well. So I unpackage everything, take everything out, not on camera, of course. And out comes this. Now, this is a Carrera slot car. It's beautiful. By the way, this has no affiliation like it doesn't with the stores. This is no fault of anybody's, no fault of Carrera. Everybody's an innocent party in this. So it's a beautiful Carrera slot car. And I said immediately, this is not what I ordered. And in fact, it's so beautiful. I've had this car. I've had this car for a few years now, and I love it. But I don't want another one, and this isn't what I ordered and paid for. So I said, okay, there's something crazy going on, but I didn't understand it. I contacted the seller right away, and I said, you have sent me the wrong car. Please, I'm just informing you of this, and please correct this in whichever way you can. And they haven't gotten back with me. So now I'm faced with this and what to do. Sure enough, the store emailed me back, and oh no, I emailed the store because they hadn't returned my call, and I figured either they're not in, they're busy, so let me send them an email. And some stores they respond quickly in some fashion, maybe some to emails. So I sent them off an email and I explained everything. And another curiosity was, now here's the packaging slip. I'm not going to show you what it shows, but the packaging slip has my address, and it shows the buyer's name was a third party, not the seller's name, not my name, but a third party that I've never heard of before. Her name, it was a female, and her name with my address. And in fact, the parcel had her name, not the seller, but this third party, her name with my address on the parcel, on the, as the address. And the same thing on the invoice. And below where it shows shipped to, it's this person's name with my address. And it said, there was another little area that said bill to, and the bill to was this third party woman's name with an address in my city. Now I have to investigate that a little further. I'm probably going to be following this up with a police report because the address is from my city. I don't know exactly where right now. It's if that even is a true address, but that's where the bill to shows on their invoice from this store. So I told them, I emailed them and I told them my newfound information now on what happened. I told them the whole story that I'm telling you, and I gave them the tracking number and the invoice number and all that information. And sure enough, they got back with me right away. And she said, this is definitely fraud. Report it to Facebook Marketplace right away. And she did advise me. She said, this happens from time to time. That now this is like beyond my comprehension. I just don't think that way. My thing is, you go to work, you earn money, you come home, and then you have money that you can spend what you want. You don't scam people or do things. So I cannot think this way, and I can't fathom it. My mind doesn't process how this works. But she explained that this happens from time to time, and what some sellers do, what some people do, is they'll put an item up that's bogus, and when someone purchases it, they in turn use a stolen credit card and they purchase an item from a store, such as this store where it came from. Then the store sends off the item to the buyer, and now I don't understand. I don't understand. So the real victim here is the person whose credit card was stolen and is being used for this. In my mind, if someone's got a scam, if I send money to them through Facebook, they could send me a brick, so they can put a brick in a box and send it off to me. And now it shows it's got weight, and it got delivered, it had tracking number, they have all the information that it got tracked, and it delivered to your door, it's on you. That's what my mind, that's as far as I can think that, if somebody's going to scam you, they would do something like that. It's just, I don't comprehend how someone would actually take your information, your payment, and then purchase an item from a store that's actually, now this is roughly the same cost of what I had purchased. Now what I had purchased would have been on a deep discount compared to this, but it's roughly the same cost. So I just don't comprehend that. So the store told me, definitely cancel this order with Facebook Marketplace. And so I did. I immediately canceled the order from Facebook Marketplace. They immediately had my back on this, they immediately sent me. They said you're going to get refunded, and the refund will be, you'll notice it back on your card in 4 to 6 days. And I said, okay, that's fantastic. I didn't call them. This is all through messaging on Facebook, and it was immediate. And then I reported the seller and did all the steps like that, and so everything is pretty much covered. So now I'm faced with, now I've got this, and I'm so confused on what to do at this point, because now I get my money back. I spent money for a slot car which I didn't receive, and this came in, but my credit card is going to be refunded, so I'm not out, right? The seller, I don't know what happens there between Facebook Marketplace and the seller. If somebody can leave a comment, please, on what happens with the seller. Do they go? Does Facebook Marketplace go after the seller when something like this happens to get the money back, or does that come out of a fund from Facebook Marketplace, and that's who's repaying me? Where is that money coming from to repay me? Are they going to just request it from the seller and then shut the seller down if the seller doesn't refund personally? In which case we all lose out, because the seller is not paying anything, but they don't get to do it again. But then again, they can open up another account. So this is all just beyond me. I'm sorry. So Facebook Marketplace may be a loser in this, because they'd be out the money of the transaction, or they request it from the seller. I don't know. The real victim is the credit card holder whose name is on this parcel with my address and whose credit card was used at that store. So that's the real loser in this, and I feel for that. But I don't know what to do at this point. Now, I feel I'm going to box this car back up. Let me take this out here so I can put it on top. I'm going to put this car back in the box. I'll wrap it up more nice and tidy. I don't want to do that on camera just the same way. You don't want to watch me unbox everything and struggle. I'm going to do that when this video ends. I'm going to put it back in the box. And so now, do I send this back to the store? Do I send this somehow to Facebook Marketplace? What happens at this point? Now the store got paid, but by a fraudulent method. So are they out this car? Do I send this back to them? I don't know. So I'm going to wait for the response from the store and see what to do at this point. Now, I would still be out money, actually. I would be out money if, since I opened it, now I have to pay to send it. You know, I have to pay the shipping charges to send it back, which is unfair to me. But then again, I was the one who got ripped off, I guess you could say that. So that's the price I would have to pay. The store can send me a label and ask for the return, and I get the label, but then that means that they're paying extra shipping to have it returned to them. So I don't know. So I'm going to wait for their response, but I just wanted to make this video to show what's going on out there, what to look out for. Do your due diligence, and even with that, these things still happen. I mean, you know, sometimes, like they say, if it looks too good to be true, be wary of it. It's probably not true, but some cases it's borderline. You know, these thieves are very clever, and they don't make it too good to be true. They make it just good enough to be possibly true, and where somebody's got to jump on it. So just be alert and stay connected, and keep everybody else in the slot car community informed, if you can, on what's going on out there. And I'd love to hear any responses, any, you know, if you have a channel, please make a video on any experiences you've had. I'd like this issue to be known. And again, this is not to discourage anyone who's new to the slot car community, wants to purchase some slot cars. I can, like I said, every experience, other than this and just a little switch up in the past that wasn't any big deal, every experience has been completely satisfying, and I don't regret it all. So as long as you do your homework, use your credit cards, don't pay by cash or debit cards, or just use good solid methods and do some checking. Maybe ask a friend or two in the community if they've had experience with the store. Ask on any of my videos. Just leave a comment. Do you recommend this store? I'm a little suspicious. And I could tell, yeah, I've ordered 10 times from them, never had a problem. And so just leave a comment, and I can leave your mind at ease, or you can ask a friend or someone else in the community, and they'll be happy, I'm sure, to let you know and keep you on the on a straight path to getting a nice slot car experience. So I've gone on way too long with this. As all my videos, I seem to get into it deeper than I want, but I hope this hits a nerve, and to look, just be careful, and thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.